I know, like, as humans, we're so easy to to give advice, and or be in, situations where you want to give advice that you can't even, use yourself. Um, and I know that is a tough fact to swallow, and I know that it's like people say, well, it's easier said than done. Um, but I guess I've just gotten into that point in my life where I'm like, yo, it's either you focus on you and what's important, or you're just gonna really be doing this for the rest of your life. And what I mean by that is that I guess my expectations when it comes to relationships, it's very different from other people. And I think that it's because of the fact that I've been in very long relationships the past couple of what feels like a lifetime, basically. Hi, my love. So it's like, and I've been mentoring relationships for the past 10 years. So when I can speak about relationships, I can speak about relationships. And I can speak on both ends, both, the male's perspective and the female's perspective. I originally wanted to do it separate, separate lives, but then I'm like, you know what, we'll just talk about it all, because if not, it'll really be extended into like a bunch of different lives. So I guess the first thing that leads us into this conversation, which is the most important thing when it comes to relationships, it's the expectation behind relationships. And I think that expectations are really what fuck us up. If you really think about it, we go into relationships with this mentality, like, when you actually decide to commit to somebody, you're like, oh my god, this is it, or you want it to be it. And I think that's like one of the biggest problems, one of the biggest mistakes that we do is expect. um, a lot of times as well, is that when you're starting to speak to somebody, you do not know how to naturally distinguish. Hello. Thank you guys for joining. We already started. But yeah, we do not know how to naturally learn how to distinguish the difference between having hope and seeing things for what they truly are. Um, Let me take this off now. I'm not at work. I wear a ring at work because I don't want people hitting on me. Um, but yeah, so I guess let's start talking about expectations from the beginning. Okay, I want to start at the beginning because I want to build up to what expectations are in general. So we'll start with expectations all the way from the beginning. Expectations going into relationships. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys missed the live that we had about self-love. One of the biggest problems that we do when we get into relationships is that we go in with this mentality. And not only do we go into relationships with a certain type of mentality that we have yet to figure out ourselves, but we also go into relationships expecting to be saved, expecting somebody to just tell us that we're right, just tell us that we're worthy, just tell us, again, expectations. And one of the biggest mistakes that we do when going into a relationship is not healing prior to going into something new. You don't heal. People, and I can even say this for myself, because throughout the years, I never truly took the time to heal. And what I mean by that is that I never truly took the time to analyze my relationships, analyze my fuck ups, analyze the other person's fuck ups. We don't take the time to do that. We're always feeling that need to have a partner, to have somebody there, to have relationship goals. Like, I think that the expectation behind what a true relationship is so off, you know. So we're gonna go back to the beginning. We're gonna talk about the healing part and the expectation of how women, let's start there. Let's start with women. How women are raised. I don't think that that's something that women take the time to realize, you know, from and this is important for the men to know, because this is what women go into relationships expecting. You know, women, from the moment that they are practically born, you know, we're implemented in our heads like, you know, like the actual goal, or like you're not complete until you have a husband, you have kids, you have a house, you know what I mean? So from the moment that we are, can I save this because I'm at work and I'm in and out? Sure, I'll try my best to save it, love. I just got to remember, if somebody can please remind me once we have like 40 minutes in, because if the video's too long, I won't be able to save it. And then that way I can put it up on YouTube. So, you know, so let's start again from the beginning. Women are basically raised, especially, you know, that we're all, at least for the most part, we all come into a heterosexual relationship, you know, with having our parents being heterosexuals, you know. So in our parents' mind, it's like, oh, mi princesa, I want my princess to, you know, find a man that'll take care of her and do this and that. And a lot of women make the mistake of leaving that expectation and that mentality in their head. So the moment, hi, boo. So the moment that they, you know, are old enough to have like boy crushes, they're already thinking like, ooh, relationship. Ooh, I want my happily ever after. Ooh, that's that person has everything I want. Boo, you know. So you're automatically already, it's literally like an engine running. You have all these expectations, and that's why you know, first of all, we don't have parents that actually take the time to speak to us properly about what relationships are, what relationships should and shouldn't have. I know I didn't have that. You know what I mean? I grew up seeing, you know, an abusive relationship. I didn't grow up seeing a happy, healthy relationship whatsoever. Some people might have that, but some people don't. So by me lacking that self-love or that love from my parents, you know, I always headed out to find that love. You know what I mean? To me, when I thought about love, I thought, you know, commitment. I thought happily ever after. I thought all of these things, but I had no idea what the hell it even took to be in a successful relationship. But because I wanted it so bad, and I saw everybody else having a relationship so bad since I was young, that's all, you know, that's all we're like mentally programmed to do. Hop from relationship to relationship, because we're all fiending to find that one. But the biggest problem is that we do not focus on becoming the one. So it's very easy for you to get into a relationship and have all these expectations, but yet you can't even you can't even offer half of the shit that you want in a significant other, you know? So when I talk about healing, let's talk about the healing aspect of before you get into a relationship. Not only do you have to take time to recover from, you know, somebody fucking up, or somebody mistreating you, or somebody cheating on you, or somebody constantly, you know, treating you bad, but you also have to recover from the root. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because it's going to affect all of your relationships. And you can't possibly sit there and expect somebody, a stranger, to come into your life and heal those parts of you. You can't, because they will not be able to. Nobody can ever come into your life that's a significant other or a love and heal those parts of you. And I tell you that because I know, you know, my trauma from a child all the way to up to my teens affected every part of me, you know. And I went into relationships expecting, you know, as just like how I'm open with you guys, I'm open with, you know, the people that I've been involved with. And every time that I opened myself up, it was like, you know, me just opening this wound and saying, listen, this is me. I'm not perfect, but I expect you to love me for me and stay, you know. And I was on this constant struggle of wanting that love that I liked from my parents, that consistency that I liked from everybody in my life. I wanted to so badly for somebody to just simply fucking stay, you know. It wasn't like I was a bad person or a bad girlfriend, but I went into these relationships, and I'm going to refer to myself a lot just to use myself as an example. Excuse me. But, you know, going into or starting relationships, expecting somebody to stay, I always had that mentality like, okay, I know I want to settle down. I know I want to just find, you know, the love of my life and just settle down forever. That has always been my mentality. I've never been one to want to just venture out or just fuck to fuck. No, I've never been like that. So every person that I've been involved with, I end up falling for them, of course, because we build this friendship. But then I'm not even like, I'm being so selfish even with myself that I'm not even analyzing that these people do not have the same mindset as me. You know what I mean? And although they consider me to be like an amazing individual, they don't have the same mindset as me. So when you have two people with two different mindsets, it's never gonna fucking work out. It's never gonna work out. And it's just gonna be that constant like, okay, yeah, we'll try. See, I don't believe in that. And that's, I guess, where I differ from a lot of people. People are like, well, if you love somebody, you'll stick it through. Or if you love somebody, you'll keep trying. Or, no, I don't believe in that. Because I am an honest believer that when something is going to work out, it's going to work out naturally. And I'm like a fairy tale believer, believe it or not. I'm the type of person that I have this vision in my mind as to how I'm going to find the love of my life, how the rest of our life is going to be. And it's not me setting unrealistic expectations. It's me setting standards. You know what I mean? I think there's a big difference. It's me expecting somebody to be at the same mindset as me, because if they have the same mindset, shit is bound to, you know, just sail smoothly. But if you have somebody that's up here and then you have somebody that's here, that's just their mind is just scattered and they have no type of stability or consistency. It's always going to be this. That's all it's going to ever be. And it took me such a long time to analyze, you know, and think. And, you know, I got to the point in my life where I'm like, I love you, but I also love my peace. And I also love myself. And I also know what I am more than deserving of. So when you start to think about and analyze all of these different scenarios and situations, and you know, we get into the habit of constantly repeating cycles where, you know, where we're constantly repeating ourselves but not truly being heard. But then you notice that things are just like shoved under the rug. But then next thing you know, the same scenario and situation comes again. That means because it was never fixed to begin with. So when you're in a relationship and you're constantly feel like you're just in this vicious cycle, that means that somebody is not registering the fucking problem, you know? And when somebody's not registering the problem, you're going to forever have those, you know, those situations, those fights. And I'm the type of person that I don't believe, I guess this is because of my maturity, I do not believe in fighting. I feel that if you are two grown as adults, you should be able to have a conversation. First of all, there should be enough respect to where you never have to talk about a situation with some random broad. my personal opinion. But I feel like it's such a habit now. Like I see so many people, just constantly talking about, oh, que fighting, que fighting. I'm like, why are you fighting though? Like, why can't you sit somebody down and have a decent conversation, meet in the middle, compromise, find out, what's going on. But I feel like people think that when you do that, when you sit down and actually have a conversation, they don't sit down to listen. They sit down to take in what you're saying, but they're already attacking you. Like they're not actually listening, which is where the whole cycle starts repeating itself. So, anyways, let's go back. Let's go back to the whole healing aspect. Hold on. Before I do, let me read this. I have to say something. My guide did indeed help my with my wounds from my past. He helped me learn how to forgive and to not be so dark and heartless because I was very numb. I wanted to throw that out there. I guess that was misunderstood a little bit. It isn't. It is very possible for somebody to help you heal, but it's not. I guess the difference is that it's not somebody's responsibility to help you heal. You know what I mean? Like if that person that you're with did not provide that healing for you, that relationship probably wouldn't even still be. You know what I mean? So that's why I say that it's truly important to heal before getting into a relationship, because it should not be who you're with's responsibility whatsoever. It's not important for them to teach you how to love yourself. It's not important. Sorry, I didn't mean that. Not important. It's not their responsibility for them to teach you how to love yourself. For them to teach you how to let go of the past. Listen, and I'm going to be very open, and the reason why I'm going to speak about this is because I've always been honest about my truths. I was molested as a child from the age of 5 to like my teens by family members. It took me a very long time to even understand the concept that I was even able to heal myself. It really did. It took me opening up and literally just reaching my lowest point in my life to realize, like, why the fuck are you waiting for somebody to save you? Why? Why are you looking for somebody to give you all this love that you have to give? Why? And it literally took me me reflecting about my past and understanding that those people can no longer harm me. Yes, it happened. Yes, it fucking sucks to even have to deal with. But at the end of the day, it fucking happened. And I can no longer allow my past to control or dictate my future. Like I said, it took me reaching my lowest point to the point where I contemplated suicide, because I was like, I'm not worthy. I'm in so much pain. Like, I get it. I've been there. Trust me when I tell you, I've been down that dark path. I've been there several times. And it literally took me building this relationship with God to realize, like, all this shit that I was searching for, all this consistency, all this love, all this acceptance, I needed to give it to myself. And ever since I made that commitment to myself to change my mentality, change the way that I thought, change the way that I see people, things changed so much for me. And ever since then, I can't even, I mean this in the humblest way possible. I feel absolutely unstoppable. Like people wouldn't, unless you know my story, people wouldn't be able to see me right now and think that just a month ago, I lost whom I thought was the love of my life for the second time in this lifetime. And people wouldn't even think that I was going through a breakup. They would never expect that. Because you know what? I literally, like, no lie, I felt like, like the Matrix. I felt like I was unstoppable. Like, you know what? I gave you me. I gave you my consistency. See, I'm not like your typical woman where, oh my God, you're slacking. Well, I'm going to slack too. Oh my God, you didn't do this. Well, I'm not going to do that. No, I go full fucking throttle. I give you my absolute all, no matter how much you slack. Because at the end of the day, your effort has nothing to do with mine. I'm going to still give it 100, And if at the end of the day, me giving you 100, trusting you 100, giving you absolutely anything that a woman could ever ask for, and if at the end of the day, there's still a problem, it's not me. You know what I mean? And I can confidently say that. So when I decided to call it quits again, I was just like, you're fucking right. And you tend to realize the maturity of how people handle themselves when they can no longer benefit from you. They can no longer benefit from you. So you said broke up? Oh yeah, it's been a while. But when you start to realize the maturity level of how somebody handles themselves after a breakup, and that's also something that I want to talk about is, hold on, I'm just jabbering on and forgot all my notes that I wrote for you guys. Is one thing that I've also realized is that we are too busy finding commitments and not friendships. I'm going to say that again. We are too busy looking for commitments than finding friendships. We live in a generation we are like, ¿cómo se dice? We focus a lot on the sexual aspect of relationships. Yeah, I can say that. And what I mean by that is that we, we fiend the touch, we fiend the stuff. So it's like when you put yourself in that position where you are no longer looking for a friendship, you're just looking for a relationship, a lot is going to be missing. And also with that comes the whole dating thing. People don't know how to date. People think we're in a generation, and this is what I mean by we set ourselves up to get hurt. We live in a generation where people don't know how to be friends anymore. It's all like, oh, okay, so we're talking, like bitches go, like females go and get mad when people are talking to other people. Why are you mad? Like, you're not in a relationship. Understand that when somebody's not committed to you, they have absolutely no reason, none. Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. No reason to be loyal to you. That's why people are single, because they want to get to know multiple people. And that's why you set yourself up to get hurt, because you go and you're finally single and you want to, start talking to somebody. And then you start talking to somebody and then you're like already, oh, I'm feeling you. Oh, I like you. Oh, so then you cut off everybody else. What about all those other people? Not that I'm telling you go and talk to 1 million people at the same time, but we have to come to the conclusion and be real about it. Like, if, example, guys, women have this expectation with men, like, I don't know what the fuck you're even expecting from men nowadays. I really don't. And I feel like if people were just honest, it's like women want men to be honest, but then when they are, they can't fucking handle it. Oh, he's a player, blah, 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 all this shit. And the same thing with women. How do you expect people to be honest with you when you can't even handle honesty? Explain. Like, if you were to like be feeling a guy and he told you, listen, I don't want a relationship, I just want to fuck. You're going to be like, oh, no, I'm good. No, you're not gonna have these goodies. But then, if he doesn't tell you that he wants the goodies and starts to get to know you just to get in your pants, there you go, like a boba falling in love. You let him hit it, and the next thing you know, he's already done with you. I mean, come on, Linda, what do you expect? What do you expect? You have to understand, and let's talk about this because it gets me really frustrated. Let's talk for real now, okay? You guys have to understand the age groups. I know that there's a lot of people that are like, oh, age ain't nothing but a number. No, listen, age has everything to do with everything. Let me explain. Men, let's talk about men. I don't know, I think I only have lesbians listening right now, but I guess I'll refer to everybody. There's this age group for men, particularly. There's an age group from the moment that they're teens, because you guys got to understand that unless a man, damn, it's difficult to talk about this right now. I'm trying to break it down for you guys. Okay, so men. You guys got to understand how men are raised. Most men, at least. It's rare when you find a man that's actually raised in church, that is raised to respect women, that is raised to have this whole new level of the way he sees women in general. It's rare. And I think that you know when you see those type of men. But then, 90% of the other men are raised to compete. They have like this grand competition going on. They get rooted by their boys to see how many women they can bang. And women don't realize this. Like, you guys got to understand that especially if a man is still living at home or still living with a bunch of his homeboys, you guys got to understand that when a man doesn't have his shit together, he will never have his shit together for you, honey. He's not trying to be in a relationship. He's not going to tell you this, but I'm telling you this. He's just trying to fuck because that's how he's raised. Most men aren't mentally strong enough to be by themselves because they have so much pressure. They have a lot of pressure to please their dad, to please their homeboys. So they're really just trying to fuck. And women are always trying to be in relationships. It goes back to the beginning, to what I was talking about. Women are so accustomed to just, oh my God, I just want to find the love of my life. Oh my God, I just want to get married. Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. No. Like, you guys got to break out of that fucking habit because you're going to keep getting hurt. You're going to keep getting hurt. And I'm like, I have to be this honest because I'm tired of it. It's been like over 10 years and some of the people that I speak to are repetitive people. And I just feel like, I'm just like over here like, not even to talk shit, but I'm like, yo, are you ever going to fucking learn? Are you ever going to fucking learn? So I got to literally break it down into numbers and equations and hello. There's a lot of shit that you have to analyze. You have to analyze even how this man treats his mother. You don't realize that. Look at how this man treats his mother. Look at how this man treats his family. Look at what this man decides to do on his spare time. You know what I mean? And we'll go into that shortly about how you meet somebody. You know, because how you meet somebody says a lot about who this person is. But again, we're so consumed with wanting the next fucking thing that we're just completely oblivious of all the shit that matters. You know? So men go from this stage in this age group from the moment that they're teens, sexually active, to near their 30s. Men aren't trying to settle down, ladies. So stop trying to force these men to settle down. If you don't want to give up the cookie, then don't give up the cookie. But stop trying to put yourself out there acting like you just want something serious when men do not want something serious. A man knows when he wants something serious. And when he wants something serious, he's gonna fucking demonstrate it. He's gonna have his shit together. He's gonna have his bills fucking paid. He's gonna have his own place, his own car. He's not gonna have a million bitches on the side. No, because when you're too busy getting yours and getting your shit together, you don't have time for the bullshit. You don't have time for the friendships. You don't have time for it. So break yourself out of this mentality that you're so fucking ready to settle down when niggas do not want to settle down. I mean, I don't know how much clearer that can be. There can be fucking people listening right now and just be completely, no, but my man is different. But my man, no, bitch, he's not. And I'm the one to tell you it. You might not want to hear it, but I have to fucking say it because I'm tired of you bitches crying over niggas. It's your fucking fault. Like, who's gonna tell it to you? Not your bestie, because your bestie be like, well, bitch, you guys gotta work it out because you've invested 10 years. No, bitch, if you're not fucking happy and it's been 10 years, get the fuck out. Stop setting yourself up with fucking expectations. Not only do men do not want to settle down, men do not want to have kids. But you bitches don't know how to use protection, so you end up thinking that getting pregnant is going to have a man settle down for you. I mean, how clearer can that be? Men don't want to have kids. The last thing they want is a fucking responsibility. If you see a man that can't even take care of himself, can't even take care of him, why the fuck would you not wear protection? Explain. You know, and we live in a generation where we're so driven by sex that you get a relationship. And this is why I was talking about having friendships before anything. You know what I mean? Try to date somebody. Like, let's go back to, I used to always think, you know, like how they would say, like, you know, like according to the Bible, you should wait till after you get married to have sex, and you know, and all of this stuff, and that should never make sense to me, because I'm like, oh, what the fuck, why, you know, and it makes all the sense because people read right through that, but you don't realize the bond that you create when sex isn't there. There's a lot of relationships nowadays that are driven by just the sexual connection, but when you remove that, okay, when you remove that sexual thing, you know, that sexual connection, what do you have? Do you have a friendship? Hey, boo, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going ham, okay? Don't mind me. You know, so when you remove sex from a relationship, what do you have left? I know a lot of relationships that are just driven by sex. You don't have anything. You guys can't laugh together. You guys, like, can you go months without sex? Honestly, especially if you're in a relationship right now. Can you go months without having sex and still be fully fucking happy? Not distracted by somebody else, not driven by what everybody else has, but fully fucking happy with your partner? I'll wait. Let that shit sink in. So when you think back to relationships, like I always see these long relationships that they do, you know, interviews like on older people that have been together 60 years. You think those people been fucking for 60 years? No. No. But what can you notice? The friendship, the bond between those people. You know what I mean? Like, using myself for example, I can count with one hand the amount of sexual partners I've had. And not a lot of people can say that. That's why when it comes to my relationships, I build something so much stronger than just this sexual connection. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's not needed. It's important to be sexually attracted to your partner. That matters. But what I'm talking about is like the actual intention behind it. You know, there's people that start talking, you know what I mean? But right away, they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then if you notice, that's all it becomes. And you're just like in this vicious cycle. It's just like bang, bang, bang. Fight, fight, fight. but we bang, bang, bang. You know, like there's a lot of people that be like, oh yeah, makeup sex is the best. No, you're a fucking idiot. Like, I don't know how much clearer I can be, but with that. No, like just stop. Like that whole thing. When you use the term makeup sex, that's basically you trying to say like, listen, whatever that fight was, it's irrelevant. Let's just make up. But guess what? Doesn't that fight come back again? Doesn't that situation come back again? 9 out of 10 times it will, because you never fix the situation, you never fix the problem. You know. So again, we are in a generation where we are so driven by all of the wrong intentions. Okay? All of the wrong intentions. And again, let's go back to the women. Women, stop giving it up. Okay? If you don't have any loyal friends to tell you this, stop giving yourself up. Stop. Like this, you literally have one body, ladies. One body. And actually, let me go back. Let's talk. I want to talk about this when it comes to both females and men. Because I honestly feel like men should have as much respect for their body as women. But then again, like I said, they are raised some kind of way. And you're not a man unless you can bag a bitch. You know what I mean? They're raised with this mentality. They're raised to think so, not so highly of women, you know? So if men don't respect you, you have to give that respect to yourself. I get it. I get that it's so easy to get weak. I get that. I get it. But at the same time, it's not going to justify your heart, darling. It's not going to justify how you feel. So when you find yourself in this constant cycle of jumping from relationship to relationship, you gotta like take some time to fucking sit down, relax that toto and that bimbi lolo, and actually think about your choices. Think about what you're doing. Think about what it is that you want. Do you want somebody to value you? Then value yourself. Okay? It's very easy for you to be like, well, I want this, I want that, I want that. Men only want the coochie. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much clearer I can put that. Okay? And then I also have to say that in the sense to the same thing with you know, with lesbians. I can say that, you know, like some lesbians are, you know, raised the same way. Oh, you know, like, you know, because I got that swag and I got to always show that I got a, you know, I got a female by my side, you know, mama. For what? I would never be impressed by something like that. Ever. Like, how are your morals? How's your savings account? How's your credit? Have you lived by yourself before? You know, I actually had a conversation about this, you know, with how much time do you have? Hold on, let me look. Oh, okay. Guys, I have to stop it and come back because if I don't stop it now, I won't be able to save it and upload it later. Give me a second. I want to make sure I don't miss. Thank you, my love. Thank you for reminding me. Hold on. Give me a quick second. I don't want to ignore you guys' stuff. Hold on. The friendship over what we think are... Wait. And also lose friendship over what we think are commitment. Correct. Long distance relationship is hard, especially when you want to give your all. To be very honest, I don't believe in long distance relationships. There's a documentary called The Mask You Live In. It's an amazing based off of how men are raised. Oh my God, send that to me, please, so I can check it out. I like to educate myself on all that. Seriously, all the men I mentioned this have their mind blowing the women. The fairy tale is all BS, and the sooner we realize it. Well, as I was saying, there's a difference between having a fairy tale and having an expectation, and I'll explain when I get back. Hold on. Now it's true, when you know he's serious, he will show you. If you don't show you, you're lying to yourself and being honest. Yes. Um, Emotional intimacy is key. A friendship is key. From experience, I just leave it at that. But okay, hold on, guys. Hold on. I haven't been keeping track, but I'd say at least 30. Okay. All right, my loves. I'm going to come back in. Okay. I'll save this one. So let's continue. I forgot what I was talking about. What I was talking about before this. But let's go ahead and talk about fear. The expectation and the fear. So what I mean by fear is, again, it goes back to the whole trauma. Okay, and this is why I keep talking about trauma, because it's so important to heal the trauma. And I'm not only talking about, let me be specific, because I don't want to confuse anybody. When I talk about trauma, I mean all types of trauma. Heartbreak, hold on. I'm talking about heartbreak. I'm talking about, sexual abuse. I'm talking about all of it. Everything that has ever hurt you or led you into thinking, that you are guilt tripping yourself, that you're a victim, So when we talk about relationships and we talk about expectations and trauma and healing and fear is such a big thing. You know what I mean? If you missed my self-love live, I'm sorry. I didn't get the opportunity. Actually, I lied. I think I did save it. No, I'm lying. I didn't. When I did the self-love live, I spoke a lot about this whole healing thing. And again, we're in such a habit of going from relationship to relationship that we never take the time to actually heal, which affects us. It affects the way that we start a relationship. It affects the way that the patience that we have in a relationship. It literally affects everything. So there's a lot of people that are insecure, that are jealous like crazy. There's a lot of people that go into relationships with all of these issues, and when you go into a relationship with all of these issues, you have to realize that all of those issues are going to affect your relationship. So that's why whenever you talk about, being in a relationship, it really all starts with you. Because the way that you are, the way that you carry yourself, the way, wrong faces, freaking facts. The way that you carry yourself, literally it all plays a part. Like, to me nowadays, it's sort of sad because there's so many women that take pride in being crazy bitches. Like, I'm like, no, honey, that shit is unattractive. There's nothing cute about being a crazy bitch. There's not that just tells me that you're completely mentally unstable and shouldn't be in a relationship, Women go into, well, actually I'm not even going to categorize it. We all, men and women, get into relationships having all of these issues. We bring all this past trauma, all this past hurt into the new relationship. So we're already fucked up. Let's put it like this. We're already fucked up. And then we get into a relationship fucked up. And then we're like, oh my God, but we expect the people that we're in a relationship with to fucking sort of figure it out or wing it with us or deal with us. No. Nobody has to deal with your crazy ass. Nobody has to deal with your insecurities. Like, to me, that shit is ridiculously unattractive. To me, and granted, we're all women. We, men and women, we all have our insecurities. But if you don't work on those insecurities prior to, it's going to stay affecting your relationship. Understand that. Especially like, let me tell you guys this little story. I went to lunch with my coworkers the other days. And it was a group of, it was like 3 of my coworkers. They're all male, right? So we go into the store and they're like, oh no, you you dressing up too pretty. You dressing up too pretty. We can't bring you in a store like this. Oh, what if somebody acts up? And I'm like, listen, bro, like, I got me. You don't got to defend me. You don't got to protect me. I got me. Don't worry about it. And then one of them goes, and the reason, and you'll know why I'm mentioning this. And then one of the guys goes, he's like, no, if you were my woman, I wouldn't be letting you go out like that. And I was like, excuse me. What? And I'm like, see, that's the problem with you men. What the fuck you mean if you were my woman? First of all, stop trying to own people. That's one shit that pisses me off about relationships. How people try to like own and control and manipulate and like, stop that. If you are with, listen here, and I'm gonna make this shit so fucking clear. If you are with somebody that tries to control you, control who you talk to, try to manipulate you to make you feel guilty for having friends, try to manipulate you to make you feel like their trust issues are because of your fucking fault. Listen, escape while you still can. Escape while you still can. There is no freer feeling than being your absolute self and being in a relationship with somebody that lets you be that. And I'm going to go back and use myself as an example. You guys see how I am. I'm an introvert, believe it or not, but I'm also a social butterfly. Like if I go out, yeah, I'll get along with everybody, but that's where it ends. That's just me. But because I have this type of, I guess, relationship with you guys, I've always been, you know, I'm trying to use my life as an example, but then it's like, okay, so, you know, so if you see somebody, okay, and I always say this, if you see somebody that got everything going for them, leave them the fuck alone. Just leave them alone. I'll use myself as an example. Again, people meet me like this. I've been more consistent with my being, you know, and I've taken more and more ownership. As the older I get, the more ownership I take with who I am and who I still have potential to be. So I always find myself getting into relationships with people that see me for who I am, and they're like, oh my God, I love you. Like, I love how you are in relationships. Oh my God, like, yes. You know, so they try to get to know me. Then eventually it turns into a relationship. But as soon as it turns into a relationship, it's like, me. It's all about me. And, you know, like, I can no longer feel like I can be myself, you know? Like, in this past month, and I'm not even going to front, in this past month, my life has changed so much because I said, fuck it, you know, and I started being my absolute self, however that shit comes off to people. Like, I don't really care. Like, you guys can say whatever the fuck you want, you know? I'm just here to fucking share the love, share the knowledge. You guys can think whatever the hell at the end of the day, that is the best part. That nobody else's opinion affects me. Nobody else's opinion can dim my light because I'm gonna keep doing me. My bills are paid. My kids are good. So everybody can form an opinion, you know? But then I get into these relationships where I feel trapped, where I can't be myself. Or it's like, oh, well, why are you posing like that? You know, like just stupid shit. And this is just me using an example. Why are you posing like that? Why are you wearing like that? Why do you gotta flip around? Bitch, because it's my ass. Oh my God. Like, if I want to turn around and show my ass, let me show my fucking ass. It's my ass, not yours. Okay? Oh my God. No, but seriously, guys. You know? And I saw myself, you know, and I would put my foot down. It's not like I wouldn't put my foot down. I'd be like, yo, like, I'm not doing that thing. It's not like I'm affecting our relationship. You know what I mean? Like, why can't I be me? Like, why can't I enjoy life, live life? And it's always like, well, why are you taking a picture? Because I fucking want to take a picture. Coño. You know? So when I found myself in a constant, like, you know, trying to explain, like, myself, I'm like, yo, you truly don't know me. And if you think you know me, you're trying to control who I truly am, what makes me happy. Because you guys have to understand that one person's perception of happiness might be a 360 of their perception of happiness. But you also have to understand that when people are limited mentally, they're going to forever be limited mentally. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it works. That's just how it is. And it frustrates me because I know a lot of women that are in trapped relationships. Like, they'd be like, oh no, I can't do that. Oh no. What? You can't go out with your friends because your spouse will feel some type of way? Like, listen, and I'll use myself as an example. I've always been the type to, because of the fact that I have that mentality, like, no, I want to find the love of my life. I want to settle down. I just want to be fucking happy. Like, it's so crazy and I know you guys can feel me. Like, you guys don't have those moments where you're just like, why can't I just be happy? Like, why is this so hard? You know what I mean? So that's why I started like focusing on me, because I'm like, I'm expecting, hold on a second. My camera's blurry. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. So, oh, fuck. I forgot where I was at. I just blanked out. I do that. What was I saying, guys? ¿Qué yo estaba diciendo? Help me out. Ayúdame, por favor. I forgot. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Let me turn on this fan because it's getting hot. Espérenme. Okay, there we go. Making sure. Okay. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Yeah, why can't you be fucking happy? And I found myself in this constant, cycle, asking myself always that. And I'm like, okay, well, it's not me. It's not that I'm not happy. So then I started evaluating. Hey, guys. Hey. So then I started evaluating those around me. And I'm like, okay, so who's affecting my vibe? You, this person, that person. And literally, I always use my filter system. And I always talk about my filter system. And that's because I'm constantly filtering people out of my life. Anything that affects my mood and my mental health, I'm like, nope, sorry, nope. And you have to get to that point in your life where you're like extremely selfish, and like people always ask me like, yo, how are you happy all the time? Because I choose to be. Every day I can wake up and be miserable as fuck. I can think about all the shit that's happened to me, all the people that have hurt me, the fact that I, don't have any friends. I can think about all of that. But guess what? I don't, because my past is my past. The relationships that I've been in, I know, like I've mentally, physically, emotionally gotten myself prepared to the point where I'm like, no, boo, I did that. Sorry, gots to go, And people don't believe in that. People don't believe that you can just pick up and fucking leave. No, because guess what? You'll start justifying. You'll start using love as a justification. You got to understand, like me personally, I've gotten to that point in my life where love, I no longer see love the same. Not that I don't believe in love. I just no longer see it the same. So people use love to justify their actions. Oh, I was jealous because I love you so much. Oh, I know I just brought that up because I love you so much. Oh, I treated you like shit. I know, I'm sorry. Like, don't let me go because I love you so much. Are you really willing to let me go? I thought you loved me that much. No, bitch. Wrong person to try to manipulate. Wrong person. I'm a strong believer that love is demonstrated through constant actions. Constant. And a lot of people have this mentality like, oh, well, relationships shouldn't be a full-time job. And then, well, guess what? Relationships are a full-time job. Relationships take constant effort. Constant. And it should never be about how much that person gives you. It should never be about how much that person doesn't give you. It should always be about how much you give. You give that consistency. If that person decides to slack and do them, that's on them. But where's your consistency at? You have to be fearless when it comes to relationships. That's what I started talking about. Fear. I was talking about fear. You cannot get into a relationship expecting to be hurt. You know what I mean? Because if you're already expecting this person to hurt you, more than likely they're gonna end up hurting you. And it's not them hurting you, it's you hurting yourself. You gotta understand that people can't hurt you. I cannot make that clearer enough. People cannot hurt you. Because it's up to you to learn how to handle the damage or the negativity that's coming towards you. People can't hurt you. People can't break your heart. You break your own heart by setting expectations, by giving the coochie up. I said it. By not healing prior to relationships. You literally, like, there's so many things that you have to analyze before even thinking about a relationship. So I challenge you guys to no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. I have to repeat it because it's gold. Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. And it really makes me sad. And I get it. I've been there myself, and it took a lot of reflecting and a lot of talking and seeing and dealing with other people's relationships for me to be able to provide this information to you guys, because it is really sad, and it's like I always said, I'm like, oh, no, después de esta, I'm gonna be single. You know what I mean? But it sort of sucks, because when you're such a lover, like I'm such a lover, like I give so much that's all I want to do. You know what I mean? Like there's so many amazing women out there that deserve the type of love that I can give. And I know that it's possible. But think about it. How many people do you come across that can actually have a mindset like mine and actually give you that? Think about it. But then again, there goes that whole hope thing. Oh, well, there's potential. Okay. Talking about potential. Let's talk about potential, guys. Potential and hope. Hold on. Sorry. Making sure it's not blurry. Let's talk about potential and hope. Okay? And the reason why I want to talk about that is because when we're talking to people, building, again, break out of that mentality that you want to build a commitment. No, you want to build a friendship. Okay? Because that's where it should start. You don't want to build a commitment. You want to build a friendship. Okay? And the reason why I say this is like, a lot of women have even this expectation that, oh my God, we've been dating for 5 years. We should be married now. No. Stop pressuring people to make that commitment to you when they're not ready. And I know how it is. Because all women do it. They start pressuring, talking about weddings, talking about rings. Oh, baby, we should check out some rings. We don't gotta get married right now, though, but we should check out some rings, And you don't understand when you play those mind games of what your expectations are. You're over here setting this person up because they're like, fuck. That means that I'm gonna have to get married soon, And when you're getting to know somebody, because you have to understand that you don't truly get to know somebody, not even within the first year. There are things that me personally that I discovered about people after I've been with them, even after 2 years, then I'm like, hold up, this isn't for me. You know, you start discovering different characteristics of people and different ways that they handle themselves. And then when you move in with somebody, that's a whole completely different ball game. That's a completely, hey love, that's a completely different ball game. Like, you know, there's like stages to that shit, because when you move in with somebody, you get to know a whole new person. It's very easy for people to be like, oh yeah, because we're so used to saying all the right things to get that person to be with us, that when shit hits the fan and things like real life start happening, you know, then there comes the fights about the bills. Then there comes the fights about, you know, bullshit. Then there comes the fights about the future, you know. And if you're not on the same page, it's not gonna work out. And stop thinking that forever is an option. I'm gonna say that shit real clear, because it's something that I had to even accept for myself, you know. And not that I'm, don't get me wrong, not that I'm saying that forever is impossible, but when you truly break it down, truly, you have to think about everything that entails what forever means. When you think about forever, it isn't you dealing with somebody's bullshit forever. It isn't you staying in an unhealthy relationship just because you committed to forever, or because you have this persona to keep up with on social media, or because you know, like all the 1,000,001 reasons as to why you think that shit should last forever. You see women in constant cycles trying to fix shit, like, patch here, patch there, patch this, patch that. Get that fucking forever out of your head. Because that shit will have you set yourself up for heartbreak so quick. Forever gets created. Understand this. Forever gets created. It's not something that's just given to you. And what I mean by created, it means that two people that are fully committed to each other and have this unbreakable friendship, those two people that know that slacking isn't an option, that know that other people aren't an option, that know that life can come crashing down on you. But if you have that fucking bond, there's nothing that you cannot get through with your best friend. So understand the importance of that. Understand the reality behind forever, because it does not exist. You create that shit, you know. Hold on, make sure I don't miss you guys' comments. That's what I meant to say before. My husband was my best friend for 4 years, completely innocent. And let me tell you, it was the best decision of my life. You must know them in and out. Absolutely. I know what to expect. Anything else expected? Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, even knowing somebody in and out, I think that's like one of the biggest things to think about. Do you truly get to know somebody in and out? There's people that have been together 20 years that are still getting to know each other. You know what I mean? But it all goes back to the roots. Where does it start? Where does it end? How did you get into it? You know? Hold on, guys. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. And let me check my time real quick. Okay, we got like 10 minutes on this one. Hold on. Okay, I spoke about the age groups. I spoke about trauma. Hold on, just reviewing my notes real quick, guys. Okay, so this is something that I mentioned on my story the other day about women being spoiled. Again, I wrote that down here, but it really all boils down to, again, how you're being raised. That whole mentality that somebody should be giving you the world will have you all the way fucked up. you should be giving yourself the world. You know, and that's even a commitment that I made to myself this time around. I'm like, I'm not gonna expect anything. I'm gonna give myself the absolute world. I'm gonna give myself that happiness that I so long crave. And I have been, but you know, it's like a personal decision once you actually decide to be single and stay single. I think there's a difference. You know, like before, when I was single, I would, you know, at the end of the day, you have options. That's not a department that ever lacked, but you know what I mean? It's like when you actually decide to be single and stay single, you try to avoid all type of friendships and people trying to hit you up randomly. And you know, I made that commitment to myself because I know the type of person that I am, and I know the type of potential that I still have. Like, it amazes me, honestly, when I think about, like, you know, in the humblest way possible. Like, damn, you the shit. So if you continue to work on yourself, like, you're gonna be the shit. No, but seriously. Let me go back to my notes. Hold on, guys. Yeah, I was talking about the whole spoiled thing. Women are so used to like having that mentality of wanting to be cared for and catered to and all this other shit, but they don't realize that that's all temporary. This is something that I shared the other day that I learned in church, actually, that said we're all God's shepherds. And it took me like a minute to kick in. And basically what the priest was trying to say was that everything that we have, everything that we receive, even the people we receive in our life are temporary. You know, it goes back to that whole forever thing. We're all temporary. Everything we receive, especially materialistic things, are temporary. So it was never ours to begin with. So we either take this thing, whatever it can be, a person, materialistic stuff, we either take this thing and cherish it and value it and be grateful for it, or we lose it. You know what I mean? So everything that's given to us is completely temporary. So if you don't take care of it, you're going to lose it. And it really boils down to that, because people are always so possessive of others and always so interested in, again, forever. Like, who told you that God sent you this person to be in your life forever? To me, that's just selfish thinking. That person has to prove to you that they want to be in your life forever. But who are you to think that they have any type of ¿cómo se llama esto? Obligation to be your forever? Don't set yourself up, I'm telling ya. I already spoke about trapping people. Let me see what else I had. Jealousy and insecurities. Pride. Yeah, I think I already covered all these. Jealousy and insecurities, pride in being crazy, controlling. Listen, women are fucking, well, women and men. I keep thinking I separated it, but really, y'all are fucking crazy. Like, I notice so many people that are so controlling and manipulative. Like, even me, like, when I sense that character, that's such a turnoff to me. Like, who the fuck are you trying to control? You know what I mean? And this one, yes, I'm gonna say women, because women are so good at being manipulative. Men are idiots. They don't even know how to lie. They really don't. But women are fucking good. Women are very manipulative, and they can literally get anything they want. They really can. With the right words, the right moves, the right manipulation, they can actually get whatever they want, which is sad. You know, it's sad because women take advantage of men in that sense. And it sucks. I care about everybody. Like, it sucks that I care about everybody, but I do care that men get hurt. You know what I mean? I don't feel like anybody deserves that type of Women are scary good. Yeah, I know. They are. Like, I'm telling you, they're fucking experts at getting what the fuck they want. They say whatever they want. They do whatever they want. And it's sad. It's sad. At least I'm wise enough to be like, bitch, what you think you're trying to do? But that's why I can't talk to nobody. And that's why I know I can't date. Because I'm so good at noticing all these characters that's why I get turned off real quick. I'm like, no, bitch, I know what you're doing. Stop it. Save the video. Hold on, how much do we have? Okay, we still got like 10 minutes and I can save it. Crazy, cheers to that. Moscato is good. But yeah, and it sucks. It sucks, you know, that we have that power and we can use it whenever the hell we want, with whomever the hell we want, to get whatever the hell we want, you know. And it's crazy because, I don't know, people assume that I got hoes. You know, people assume that I got, like, I have a lot of admirers, yes. But even when I get into a committed relationships, they always feel like I got all these hoes and in different area codes. But really, it's sad because, you know, and it's like, and I'm honest. I'm like, listen, if I wanted to be a fucking player, I can be a player. I can be the best fucking player and get away with every bit of it. But again, it all boils down to the honesty. You can't be that honest because guess what? Just that small statement to somebody that's not mentally strong enough, they're going to be like, oh, so that means you're going to try to be slick then. That means you're going to be entertaining these hoes then. Oh, I can't. I cannot. It's frustrating. So I'm just going to save myself the hassle and stick to myself. No, but seriously, talking about crazy women, you guys need to stop. Like, it really is unattractive, guys. The whole manipulation, the whole, oh, who's this bitch? Oh, let's talk about real quick, because I know this is a famous one, and everybody has their own opinion about this. Relationships and social media. Bow, 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 bow. So many people have this perception that social media ruins relationships. Bitch, what? Okay, so I'm gonna end that topic and I'm gonna come back because I need to save the video. Damn voodoo one. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Off talking about, well, I was gonna start talking about social media and relationships because I know this is like the most famous, like, oh my god, social media ruins relationships. Wah, wah, wah. So I'm gonna give it another minute for people to tune in, and then we'll start talking about this famous subject because you guys got it all fucked up. You guys drinking your water though? Taking care of that skin though? Taking care of that body though? I hope you are. I hope so. I feel like a mom. Is it bad? I feel like that old that I feel like a mom. Social media is whack. Actually, no, darling. Social media is the shit. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't because of social media. I will enjoy this and watch the other parts. Okay, boo. Oh my god, you guys, look how cute. I'm like in love with this chain real quick. Look. So freaking cute. Oh my god, I love it. So I guess I'll just pose here. I don't look like a mom. Oh, thank you, boo. All right, let's start. All right, so the infamous social media ruins relationships. Okay, so before I start talking about it, I want to hear, in you guys' opinion, what I'll answer your question shortly. What makes you think, why do you guys think social media ruins relationships? Go ahead. I'll wait. And this is, just be honest, because I want to challenge your mindset. So let me know. Let me know. I want to truly know. I know a couple. People are like, oh, it's so easy to cheat nowadays on social media, blah, 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 blah. So I want to know. Hola, linda. Perfect timing. So we're talking about how social media ruins relationships. I'm letting you guys tell me what makes you think that social media ruins relationships, and then I'm gonna challenge the way that you think about it, because I'm gonna keep it real. It's not the platform, it's the person. Absolutely. Because people are insecure. Absolutely. What else? What else makes you guys think that social media ruins relationships? Be honest. We can be completely honest right now. For once, lost of words. Why? Okay, let's just get into it. There's a lot of people that think that social media ruins relationships. I'm here to tell you, social media, because people think the grass is greener on the other side. Yeah. I'm here to tell you that social media will never ruin your relationship. Your fuck boy and fuck girl will ruin your relationship. That's the reality to it. Like, it always pisses me off how people are like, no, don't share too much. No, don't post this. No, don't share about your relationship. No, don't talk about this. Who the fuck cares? When you are secure in a relationship, actually, let's use me for example. Me and everybody that's known me that can be on here can tell you that every time that I'm in a relationship, even when I'm not in a relationship, you will never see me entertaining these hoes. If somebody gives me a compliment, wonderful, thanks. You know what I mean? But you will never see me entertain no hoe. Nobody, ever. Especially when I'm in a relationship. You know what I mean? Because that's just the type of person I am. If I was a weak bitch, that's a whole different story. If I was weak, if I was insecure, you know what I mean? People who fight over social media, oh my god, this bitch liked your page. Oh my god, why did that bitch comment? Oh my god, why are you posting a selfie? Oh my god, like, it's always some shit. Like, can you get the fuck off my back? Like, it's my social media. You know what I mean? I'm not over here entertaining these hoes. No, I could post 20 naked pictures, which I would never, but it's just an example. I could post 20 pictures. That doesn't mean I gotta interact with anybody. What if I just want to post a fucking picture? Dime. But guess what? There's too many people that are insecure as fuck that have social media, or that are, or like I said, it goes back to what I was saying on the last live, that go into relationships hurt as fuck. You know, maybe they had somebody that cheated on them, or were low-key talking to some other bitch on social media, so now they're butthurt about it, never healed about it, so they think everybody's the same. So again, you're breaking your own fucking heart. It's the most annoying thing ever, and to me that just shows signs of immaturity. Pure signs of immaturity. Like, if you don't trust somebody to have a social media account, bitch, you shouldn't be in a relationship. You know, there's a lot of I can do this but you can't do that. There's a lot of that too. Oh, I can like these bitches' comments but you can't. Oh, I can like her pictures but you can't. The fuck? What the fuck you mean? And I've seen that, and I've noticed that a lot in relationships where people are like, I can do that, but you can't. Or why are you doing that? So that means I'm going to do it too. Like, the immaturity is unreal. It's unreal. I love posting selfies. Shit, I do too. Exactly. Post what the fuck you want. Just enjoy life and be happy. Proving a point and then excuses. And again, people don't know how to communicate. People don't know how to communicate. Like clearly, if somebody's being disrespectful, I'd be the first one to be like, yo, te está pasando, no te pase. You know what I mean? If I'm single, I don't care. You can say whatever the fuck you want. It's my choice to entertain it or not. But if I'm in a relationship, I would not let no like slick shit pass. I will put somebody on blast so quick. But then that's just me. You know what I mean? People are just like, or if not, they'll use justifications for everything. Oh no, that's just a friend. Bitch, I don't care if it's your mom. Tell your mom to stop being inappropriate, nigga. Or why you like her picture and not mine? Why do you say that? Way too insecure. Like, it's so frustrating. Like, you know, and then you have people that have social media and then they go and show more love to strangers than they do to their own spouse because they're like, oh no, my spouse is my spouse. I don't want, like, you dumbass. And I'm gonna say it like that. Listen, if you're a girl, I'm gonna say it. I don't give a fuck. If your girl goes and posts a picture, okay, you should be the first one on that shit, fanning over it. Like, yes, babe, you fucking killing it. El Pipo, el Diablo, tú ta buena. That's what it should be. Not like, oh, why are you posting a picture? Oh my God, I complimented you in real life. Bitch, compliment me in real life and then go and compliment me on my picture. Because that's just what it should be. You know? But people get insecure and think that because your girl likes to post a selfie or take a video or whatever the case might be, like, they're doing it for everybody else's attention. No, sometimes a bitch just wants to post a fucking selfie. Like, again, why does your mentality behind what somebody else's happiness entails, like, don't be judging them. Don't. You know what I mean? Like, example, me. You know what? I guys, I love to dance. So I would always make dancing videos. Always. I'm going to use one as an example. So I made a dancing video one. Well, why are you turning around? Why do you feel the need to show your ass? Bitch, you don't. Ugh. Because I want to show my fucking ass. That's why. Because it's my body. And I love it. And I embrace it. Just because you don't doesn't mean that I can't. Let me fucking be. Like, you know, you ever get into those things where you just want to, like, el diablo, ¿qué? Yo te estoy jodiendo a ti. No me joda. You know? So, guys, that's why I'm single. That's it. To break it down, oh, my God. Again, it goes back to the last thing that you want to feel is like somebody's fucking controlling you or trying to manipulate you to make you feel like you're doing something wrong. No, bitch, I'm just living. Can I live? Dime, can I live? You know? And it's like, for a person like me that wasted so many years of my life living to fit people's needs or people's opinions most of my life, it's like I got to a point where I said, que se joda. And I don't even stick out the middle finger because I think that's so unclassy. But, que se joda. Like, why am I living for you? Why am I living based off of your comfort zone? I'm sorry, you can't make a fucking video, period. That's not my fucking problem. Let me do my fucking videos. Let me do me. And you don't understand. That shit has brought me so much fucking happiness. Like, just being able to be my absolute self and not have to worry about somebody feeling some type of way. Good Lord. I didn't know that this could be this good. To be honest. I did not know. Uno se harta. Claro que uno se harta. Like, no me joda. I love it. I'm gonna go post a selfie and say, I just correct. You know what? I'm gonna do the same shit. I'm gonna post a selfie and be like, bitch, it's just a selfie. Toma. More than ourselves. But see, that's the thing. It's like, again, when you want that much freedom, you have to also be able to give it. And this is me just keeping it real. Because there's a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, I want to be free. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do that. But the moment that your significant other has that absolute freedom, no matter what it entails, you might not agree with it, but it might be what makes them happy. You're immediately shut down and you're like, well, okay, like, I wanted to do something, but now you're doing too much. You know, there's always that. I don't know. It sucks. I feel like relationships are in so much competition nowadays. Like, I've noticed that. I've noticed that people I've been with feel like they're on this constant, like, no, but it's like, can we grow together? Can we make shit happen together? Ain't nobody competing. You know what I mean? Lo que es tuyo es mío y lo que, ¿cómo que se dice? Lo que es tuyo es mío y lo que es mío es mío. Así. No, mentira. That's definitely not how it goes. But you guys get my point. Let me check the time. Hold on. Oh, I just started this one. I forgot. So you know what I mean? There's like so much to think about. And when you really actually take the time to think about relationships, you start to realize what's important, what's not important. And you start setting these expectations. And again, learn how to realize the difference between hope and potential. You know what I mean? Like people merge these two things, hope and potential. Like they start talking to somebody and they're like, oh my God. So I'm hoping that they end up having everything that I need. And then, okay, look at this. And I want you guys to break out of this circle. Right? So you start off as dating. Then you go, you know, you're getting to know the person. You're like, oh my God, she's cool. He's cool. Okay. You know, it's like a choo-choo train. We going. Let's see how this goes. Oh, snap. Okay. They got stuff I like. So there's hope. Okay. That's hope immediately. Hope. But then, if you notice, there's always that point where you start to notice things that you do not like about that person. So what do we do naturally? Well, I mean, but then they got all this other good stuff about them. So you keep rolling. I mean, they pissed me off today, but you know what? They have potential. So then you start being led by this potential situation, right? And you're just rolling. You have your happy moments, but then you have your, you're like, I don't know about you, but you know what? I like you. The sex is good. So, we're going to keep rolling. And then you don't know how to break out of that. Think about it. How many relationships have you been in like that? Where you're like, well, I mean, they're a good person, but, I know they're lacking all of this stuff, but, they're still a good person. Or if not, they use that, oh, I love you thing. Oh, but they love me and I don't want to break their heart because they've had their heart broken before. So yeah, I don't want to break their heart. And then you end up breaking your own heart. It's not about them anymore. Because guess what? All of those signs that you just so happen to completely miss and disregard, that wasn't them. They were already showing you who they are. That was you. So you got to take ownership of you not seeing all those signs from the get. Actually, you see the signs, but you just try to act oblivious to them. And guess what? You end up breaking your own heart. Okay? And I need you guys to break out of that cycle. Like, you need to get to a point where you reflect. You learn about your lessons, the lessons that your ex-partners have taught you, and evaluate the whole situation and say, you know what? This is what I want. This is what I expect. So that's why you build friendships, not commitments. Okay? That's why you're honest from the get. I don't want a relationship. I don't want a relationship. And I keep saying that. I don't want a relationship. I want to build friendships because I want to actually get to know people. You know what I mean? And when you set that standard, you set that like, oh, okay, well, you know, you immediately, you're already filtering out the people that aren't going to stick around because they're not trying to be your friend. They're trying to either fuck or get the benefit of fucking and having a relationship. So the moment that somebody gives me that vibe, like, oh, okay, well then, no, then I'm good. You don't want a relationship? Oh, then I'm good. Okay. Well, I'm even better because you just eliminated yourself from the process. Thank you. You know, there's a lot to think about and there's a lot to consider. And when you set those expectations for yourself, as soon as you start talking to people, doesn't matter who it is, you already know. Like, you're going to know if that even becomes a friendship. Don't go from, hey, I just met you, let's fuck. Ah, boom, we're in a relationship. I don't know who the fuck you are, but the sex is good. You know what I mean? Get yourself out of that cycle. Okay? Anyways, guys, I'm exhausted. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sure we can talk about this shit for hours, which by now we have. But I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I'm going to do my best to save these lives in case you want to share them. And I will, I'll probably come back next week and talk a little bit more. So this week we spoke about expectations. And next week we're going to talk about something else. I'm not even going to disclose it right now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys needed it. I know you guys needed it, actually. If you tuned in, I know you needed it. So I hope you guys have an amazing night. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in.